I'm glad someone's asked me about Inoue. How many times do I have to tell you? Naoya Inoue is straight ducking MJ Akhmadaliev. He's been ordered to fight him twice, right? He's had 2 gimme fights now instead of fighting Akhmadaliev. And now, well, tomorrow, no, Monday, the WBA will write to Naoya Inoue and they will say, enough's enough. You have to fight Akhmadaliev next, or you will be stripped of your WBA world title and you will no longer be undisputed. And watch this now. Naoya Inoue will vacate his WBA world title.
You don't think he takes that?
No way, no way. Watch this now. You can play it back if I'm wrong.
Eddie Hearn says that Naoya Inoue is a bum, basically, and he should be embarrassed. He should be embarrassed about his defenses and should be taken off the pound for pound list. He's been taking on bums this whole time, and he's dodging his man, whose name I can't even pronounce. I'm sorry, but he's 13-1, and he's ranked number 2 or 3, I believe, for the WBO, and he wants to defend the WBO against him. Let's talk about that. But first, if you're new here, thank you for joining in. My name is Ahmed the Artist, and this is Boxing Unwrapped. And we're gonna unwrap this a little bit real quick here. So now he's saying that Inoue should be banned off the pound for pound list because he's been defending against bumps. But I will remind you that he was supposed to go up against the #1 contender in Goodman, but Goodman suffered a cut, has come down and bow wow. Kim was the last minute replacement. Inoue has defended his title against all the top ranked fighters in his division, has unified in 2 different divisions. All the while, he cannot defend against everyone. Now, this guy that Eddie Hearn represents, again, I cannot say his name. It starts with an M, his first name, and his last name is with an A. I'm sure he's a pretty good fighter. I mean, he's ranked number 3 at the WBO, but at the same time, saying that Inoue should be banned because he's ducking him, it makes no absolute sense. Right now, Inoue has a #1 contender against the WBC, and the WBC wants Inoue to fight that guy. Why? Because it'll be good for their title, right? WBC defense, you got, with their #1 contender. Now, this guy in the WBO, if they force the hand of the WBO to force him to fight this guy, Inoue's going to have to drop that title. And then either going to have an interim, an eliminator, or they're going to just award him the title, which then will go ahead and have Inoue come back, fight that guy, probably, for that title, and become 3-time undisputed. That's really what's going to happen. Inoue right now at Super Bantam looks sensational. Looks unbeatable by all the top guys. Like I said, he's fought all the top guys in between the top 10, in all of their ranking organizations. So it's safe to assume he's not really ducking that number 3 spot, but it's just the guy from Eddie Hearn. It's just that it's not a viable name. It's not, I can't even pronounce the name. He has 13 wins, 1 loss, ranked number 3. I'm sure he's good. Again, records don't mean much. You show what, the Dream did against Terrence Crawford. I mean, he won 12 rounds, and arguably some people believe that he beat him with 10 wins to his name, So it's not inconceivable that this guy is like a great amateur who is now a great professional, just needs his crack, even though he has 1 loss. And 1 loss doesn't mean anything. He could have lost his first fight or his second fight, kind of like Loma did. So it's no shame in that at all. What we're saying here is to call him a bum and saying that he's a disappointing champion and should be taken off the pound list rankings altogether. I mean, we could go down the line and do that to a whole lot of fighters. I mean, look at Terrence Crawford. He only has fought once a year. And what other great fighter besides Spence has he fought in the last 5? So again, we could go ahead and go down the line and do that to a lot of fighters that we hold as greats and pound for pound kings right now. The only one really keeping up that mantra, really, if you want to say, as far as an active champion and an undisputed champion at that, well, it's not really undisputed, but unified champion is Canelo Alvarez. Other than that, every other fighter really is fighting once a year, and they're not fighting the top opposition. Now the Riyadh season is here. We're seeing all those fights now really happen. I mean, like I said, he has fought everyone up and down, these weight classes, has unified and become undisputed in 2. To call him a bum and to call him a disappointment as a champion is crazy disrespectful. And I'm sure his guy will get his shot. It is just not his time right now. He should calm down, let Inoue do what he needs to do, and and let these fights pan out. I get it. You want to have a champion in your stable. You want to be representing the champion. and all of these things. But at the same time, you got to understand that there's a business also involved at the end of the day. And lastly, my opinion is this is why you need a one sanctioning body, one thing, one belt, because then this wouldn't even be a question. All these sanctioning bodies do is drain these fighters, and I just don't know why they don't see it. But the one that did was Floyd Mayweather. He said, I don't care about unifying because all of these belts do is just drain my pocket. I got to pay sanctioning fees every time I go and defend, right? I go and defend this title, I got to pay a sanctioning fee. So imagine you have 3 belts. You got to pay a sanctioning fee and up to the thousands of dollars. So, and then the more money you make, the higher that fee goes. So, you're paying a fee to be a champion. It's kind of like when you pay to have the Hollywood Walk of Star on the Walk of Fame. You have to pay for that star. So it's not like they gave it to you. You have to pay for it. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below of Eddie Hearn's comments. Do you agree with him or not? Do you think that Naoya is a bum and is a disgrace as a champion, should be taken off the Papa Pound list? Or you think that Eddie Hearn's head, is just tripping way overboard trying to get his fighter a fight? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.